Gene Simmons reflects on Kiss's iconic debut album and upcoming Unmasked performance. On May 2, 2025, Gene Simmons, the legendary bassist and vocalist of Kiss, sat down for an engaging chat with Terrie Carr from WDHA-FM 105.5 FM, a rock music station in New Jersey. The conversation took a nostalgic turn as they delved into the band's iconic debut album, which hit the shelves in February 1974 under Casablanca Records. This album, a labor of love primarily crafted by Simmons and fellow bandmate Paul Stanley, marked the beginning of a musical journey that would change rock history forever. Reflecting on this pivotal moment, Gene shared, "I think probably it's the most honest record we've ever done. It may not be the best, but it captures that raw, unfiltered essence of creativity. Artists often talk about the purity of expression that comes from innocence, much like a child creating art with mud in a bathtub. That's the kind of honesty we had back then. We were just figuring things out, barely knowing how to tune our instruments, but we were fueled by our passion for music. We were Anglophiles at heart, deeply inspired by the British take on rock and roll and blues. Sure, rock and roll started in the US, but let's be real, the British gave us the Beatles and Led Zeppelin, while we gave them the Grateful Dead. It's a different league altogether. When you think of the greatest bands of all time, they're predominantly English or Irish. The Beatles, the Rolling Stones, and the whole British invasion, those songs are timeless. So, we started writing in that spirit, not copying, but drawing from that well of inspiration. It came naturally to us because Paul and I had been studying songwriting and those English bands for years. Just think about the Kinks, songs like Waterloo Sunset, so simple yet so profound, stripped down to their essence." Simmons elaborated on the vision behind Kiss's first album, saying, "We wanted to create a band that we had never seen perform live. We loved the music of those English bands, but we noticed a certain sameness among them. If you didn't know much about music, you might struggle to tell the Kinks from the Stones or the Beatles. They all had similar hairstyles and vibes, except for the Beatles, who had that unique dynamic where everyone sang and shone as a star. That was a game changer for us. We thought, wouldn't it be amazing if every member of Kiss could take the lead? Unlike the Stones, where it was all about Mick Jagger, or Aerosmith, where Steven Tyler was the sole frontman, we wanted everyone in Kiss to have their moment in the spotlight. Finding the right mix of talent took time, but we eventually assembled the original lineup that felt just right. However, it's important to recognize that not everyone is built to last in the long run. Some members, like Ace Frehley and Peter Criss, were perfect for the early days, but they just weren't meant to stick around for 50 years. They came and went, but they were integral to our story." In exciting news, Simmons recently confirmed that Kiss will be performing without their iconic makeup at the upcoming Kiss Army Storms Vegas event at Virgin Hotels Las Vegas from November 14th to November 16th. This celebration marks the 50th anniversary of the Kiss fan club and will be the band's first live performance since wrapping up their end-of-the-road farewell tour at Madison Square Garden in December 2023. When the band announced the Kiss Army Storms Vegas event, they revealed that Simmons and Stanley, along with some special guests, would perform at least one show unmasked. It was later confirmed that guitarist Tommy Thayer would also join the lineup. Although Kiss had previously planned a 12-show residency at Planet Hollywood Las Vegas in 2021 and 2022, those dates were ultimately cancelled. In a November 2023 interview with Rolling Stone, Simmons mentioned that the second Madison Square Garden concert during the End of the Road tour would be their final performance in full makeup. Additionally, he has postponed nearly 20 dates on his upcoming solo tour with the Gene Simmons Band to 2026, with the tour now set to kick off on May 2nd in Peachtree City, Georgia, and run through August 3rd in Sturgis, South Dakota. The excitement continues to build as Kiss prepares to make history once again.